Presented by Listen Headlines, latest world news from trusted sources.
Washington Post World, December 21, 12:59 America, New York. State TV. Recalled Iran ambassador to Yemen dies of COVID-19. Iran is reporting that its top diplomat to Yemen has died after reportedly contracting the coronavirus. Washington Post World, December 21, 12:22 America, New York. Philippine governor warns of looting without typhoon aid. The governor of a central Philippine province devastated by Typhoon Rai last week has pleaded for the government to quickly send food and other aid. Washington Post World, December 21, 3:31 America, New York. Iran's Guard fires cruise missiles in military exercise. Iran's paramilitary Revolutionary Guard has fired cruise missiles during a major military exercise across the country's south. Washington Post World, December 21, 3:26 America, New York. Protesters in Kabul call for release of Afghanistan's assets. Hundreds of protesters have marched through the streets of the Afghan capital toward the shuttered U.S. embassy, calling for the release of Afghanistan's frozen assets.
Mirror World News, December 21, 3:24 America, New York. Inside Ghislaine Maxwell's close family unit and privileged yet troubled childhood. Ghislaine Maxwell's name has become synonymous with Jeffrey Epstein as she faces trial in New York. But many are beginning to wonder, does she have a family, what is her net worth, and what was her life like before the scandal broke?
RT World News, December 21, 3:18 America, New York. Scientists say, life on Venus is more real than ever. With extreme temperatures, hurricane winds, and intense volcanic activity, Venus seems to be the last place to look for life in the solar system, but a new study suggests it could still exist in the planet's acidic clouds. Washington Post World, December 21, 3 o'clock America, New York. As Turkey's economy suffers, Erdogan's opponents step up efforts aimed at unseating him. Prices are soaring, the lira is tumbling, and the savings of many Turks are evaporating by the day. Washington Post World, December 21, 2:59 America, New York. Germany set to decide on post-Christmas COVID restrictions. Germany's leaders are set to decide on new restrictions after Christmas aimed at slowing the spread of the new Omicron variant of COVID-19, but plans so far fall short of a full lockdown. Washington Post World, December 21, 2:44 America, New York. French police uncover 182,000 fake COVID health passes. Using or selling a false health pass to dodge coronavirus restrictions for restaurants, bars and public transport is punishable by 5 years in prison and a €75,000 fine. Washington Post World, December 21, 2:43 America, New York. Freezing in the Alps, migrants find warm hearts and comfort. As Europe erects ever more fearsome barriers against migration, volunteers along the Italy-France border are working to keep migrants from being killed or maimed by cold and mountain mishaps as they cross the high Alps.
CNN.com World, December 21, 2:33 America, New York. Philippines Typhoon Rai death toll rises further as some areas remain cut off from help. The death toll from the strongest typhoon to hit the Philippines this year surpassed 300 on Tuesday as humanitarian agencies warned the true scale of destruction remains unknown, partly because rescue workers are unable to access some disaster-hit areas.
December 21, 2:33 America, New York. Philippines Typhoon Rai death toll rises further as some areas remain cut off from help. The death toll from the strongest typhoon to hit the Philippines this year surpassed 300 on Tuesday as humanitarian agencies warned the true scale of destruction remains unknown, partly because rescue workers are unable to access some disaster-hit areas.
Washington Post World, December 21, 2:30 America, New York. New Syrian migrants seek Europe, driven by post-war misery. Syrians are fleeing their country in growing numbers, driven not by the horrors of war but by the misery of the war's aftermath. Washington Post World, December 21, 2:22 America, New York. AP photos. Polish athlete and her wife welcome child's birth. When the Polish Olympic athlete Jolanta Ogar-Hill and her wife decided to have a baby, it was obvious to them both that Poland would not be the place to bring up their child. Washington Post World. December 21. 1:44 America New York. New Zealand announces measures to keep out Omicron variant. New Zealand will shorten the gap between second COVID-19 vaccine doses and boosters and push back the phased reopening of its borders in measures to keep the Omicron variant at bay.
December 21. 1:30 America New York. Remember when Bruce Willis, Die Hard character fought terrorists at a Christmas party in a tank top? Remember when Bruce Willis character in Die Hard fought a group of terrorists at an office Christmas party, barefooted and wearing a tank top?
Washington Post World. December 21. 1:19 America New York. Osaka fire suspect might have copied Kyoto animation attack. The suspect in a deadly fire at a mental health clinic in Osaka last week might have studied a fatal 2019 Kyoto animation studio arson while preparing his own attack that killed 25 people, police say.
December 21. 1:02 America New York. How children were used in a 48-hour deadly rampage for gold. The men were shot as they slept outside, having spent their days underground, choking in the Sahel dust, digging and panning for gold.
New York Times World News. December 21. 0:56 America New York. Your Tuesday briefing. Another COVID Christmas. A normally bustling shopping street in the center of Amsterdam was mostly quiet on Monday. Due to a nationwide lockdown, all non-essential stores, bars and restaurants in the Netherlands will be closed until Jan.
BBC News World. December 21. 0:38 America New York. Hong Kong election. China rejects democracy concerns from West. The US, Britain and others had criticized the tightly controlled vote for eroding democracy.
RT World News. December 21. 0:15 America New York. Japan resumes hangings after 2-year pause on executions. 3 death row inmates in Japan have been executed, becoming the first convicts to be put to death under Prime Minister Fumio Kishida while also breaking a 2-year pause on capital punishment in the country.
December 21. 0:01 America New York. Biden's relationship with Manchin hits a low point, even as they clear the air. After months of careful cultivation, and even a nickname, the most important relationship in Washington is narrowly weathering its stormiest moment to date.